KUGAN, CASSIUS, IFL TV, MTK Global, joined by Hearn. Pretty much used you like a whore this week, haven't I?
Well, you always do. Like, the difference is, I see you, like last night I come back from the hotel from the WBC and I saw you outside and I was like, you're like, Ed, quick piece.
No, fuck off. That weren't true. I'd come down for a drink. Yeah, a bit of a situation you have here with Jacobs and Canelo at the...
Oh, really? Why?
No? Why?
What's the situation?
Did he not make the weight today?
No, he didn't have to make a... I mean, he was requested by Canelo to make a weight.
Yeah.
But he was able to and allowed to come in over that weight with penalties. It wasn't that he didn't think he would make that weight. He just woke up at a certain weight. And obviously, for the safety of a fighter, he's not going to take weight off this morning. So it was always his intention to come in at 170. He was allowed to come in heavier if he wanted to.
He come in at 173?
Yeah. So with penalties, and it wasn't him being arrogant. He just, it wasn't a requirement of anybody to be 10 pound over, other than Canelo Alvarez. Part of the deal. But it didn't affect the fight. It doesn't affect the title.
But it does affect his purse.
Yeah, but that's a decision that he made.
250 grand a pound.
I can't talk about the numbers, but obviously when he was negotiating a fight, that was always something. He couldn't get the fight without accepting this clause. I always felt it was a bullshit clause, an unfair clause anyway. But he genuinely thought, as he did with the Derevyanchenko fight, he came in 10 pound heavier, but he woke up this morning and he was a few pound over. And for the safety of a fighter in this fight, he ain't going to make weight today. Do you understand? So, if he was a journeyman, or if he was but this is the major fight of his career. So, it's not that, if you don't come in at 170, there's no fight. Could have come in heavier if he wanted. But that's what he woke up at. His team believed he'd be 170. He was a couple of pound over. That's it.
All right.
I've seen a lot. Oh my God!
Yeah, but you can't comment on that if that's accurate or not. 250 grand.
No,
a pound.
It's not cheap, but it's it is what it is. He wants to win the fight. He's doing okay, and obviously, he knows the penalty. He had a choice if he wanted to take the weight off this morning, but he's not in it for that. It's not like, I could save myself 500 grand. I want to win the fight.
Yeah.
So it's not even. It wasn't even a consideration to make weight today. It was, we'll go to bed at this, we believe we'll wake up at this. He rehydrated properly, right? Not going to be played a tune by anyone else. He made weight, right? He made championship weight, 160 pounds. This was a personal requirement of another fighter. Shouldn't have even been in there, but we don't get the fight otherwise. So that's the situation, and it wasn't intent. He's going to come in heavily intentionally. It was just, I'm going to aim for 170, and that's what I'll be. Woke up a couple of pound over. Okay, well, take my licks. That's it.
Fair enough.
If it was you lose the belt, or the fight's cancelled, or the commission says, but it wasn't. It was a personal request. Danny Jacobs made weight, and Danny Jacobs could have been 179 pound today if he wanted.
Okay.
So,
thanks for clearing it up.
No problem.
Us. Right, what have you made of Deontay Wilder's latest comments?
Weird, just I can't make out if they're just joking or and now he says that, even if we got 50-50, we're still not taking the fight.
Which is what you said a while ago, actually.
What?
You said that even if you offered 50-50...
I said that. He won't take the fight.
You said that on air.
But I don't... If I'm maybe I'm just biased because it's me, but if I'm an outsider looking in, how can you think Deontay wants the fight with Joshua? He's told you the truth. He doesn't want the fight. Why 2020? What, so you can fight Konaki? What good's that? So I'm hoping it's just a wind-up and they're just...
It didn't seem like a wind-up.
No, but I can't believe they're actually saying it. Because after everything they've said, why would you embarrass yourself and come out and say, no, we've got other plans, mate. Even if you gave me 50-50, we wouldn't take this undisputed fight. So everyone's just wasting their time, really, aren't they?
Can I just... I'm just going to read this to you. Wilder says he doesn't know if he'd take a fight with Joshua, even if offered 50-50. The champion insists his team have already got things in line, and he's not sure if he would disrupt plans, even if previous demands were met.
So he's not sure whether he would cancel the Adam Konaki fight for Anthony Joshua undisputed fight for 4 or 5 times as much money. Okay. Please, can everybody out there watching this just get off our fucking backs and just listen to what they are saying? Please have just half an ounce of common sense. But I'm glad now, it's taken a year for people to know the truth. So now you know it. Oh, we're going to start now.
Who's coming in?
Okay.
Oh. What do you reckon?
Character, everything that I told you he'd be. Guy who has a lot of heart, guy who's here to win. I mean, you see his comments from his dad. You know, that's what I asked the dad in the interview. You know, your son could be the unified world heavyweight champion in the Garden. They want this. They believe they beat Joseph Parker for that world title, and they believe this is theirs. And he's a fucking big dude, and I mean, like, he's forearms. And they gave it away. Everyone knows he's got to come and stick it on AJ at the Garden. He's got to put the pressure on, get on the inside. Manny Roberts just said we're going to work his body, we're going to break him down on the inside. That's going to be difficult to do because you've got to get in there. And you're going to get hit by a fucking tank in Anthony Joshua. But I can't wait for this fight. And again, I'm so pleased that we picked this guy because I know he don't look like Joshua. But just speak to people in boxing. They know how tough this fight's going to be. And I promise you, this kid will give every ounce of his soul, you know that, in the ring. He ain't going to come for the payday. He ain't going to come to dance around. He's going to come in there and try and rough up Joshua and try and fuck him up. But he's going to get hit by the best heavyweight in the world. But I'm excited because we got a real fight.
Absolutely. He said, when I did my interview with him earlier on, he said, you know, they clearly picked me because they know clearly I'm not on PEDs. So.
That's what he said, yeah. But you know, he plays along with that. And you can't, there's no point avoiding it. He ain't in the kind of aesthetic shape of Anthony Joshua. Can he go for 12 rounds? Yeah, he fucking can, actually. He's got great endurance. I mean, this is like you'd look at this guy and say, well, he's going to gas after 6 rounds. He ain't.
No, I know.
You've got to knock him out because
No.
he ain't going to stop trying.
Yeah.
And he may get knocked out, but if he does, he will do it trying to knock AJ out. And I don't want to sit in duck. You know, he can fight.
You announced Chris Algieri and Tommy Cole yesterday.
Yes, great fight. Yeah, I know it's been discussed for a
why did it take so long?
Just a few things, really. Waiting on schedules, just finalising the contract with Algieri, and then we had the Miller stuff. So we were supposed to announce last week, but obviously with everything going on, we wanted to announce this first. One, it's a really, really good fight, like as in style-wise and ability. It is a massive opportunity for Tommy Coyle. I mean, we're talking about a guy who has boxed all over the UK and actually boxed in America now, who's been up, who's been down, looked like he was going to retire, come back with major wins. Let's just set this up, yeah? Tommy Coyle is fighting Chris Algieri, former world champion, at Madison Square Garden in front of 20,000 people at the Mecca of boxing. All I can say is, fucking good on you, Tommy, because this is a great story. And again, just like Andy Ruiz, we know that Tommy will give 150%. You know what's going to happen in Coyle Algieri. It's going to be a war. Tommy might go down. He might stay down. He might get up. He might knock out Algieri. You just don't know. So it's a great fight. And again, it's America versus the UK, but it's New York. It's New York against Hull. It's the dream matchup.
Yeah, you never thought you'd hear you say that. When are you going to announce kind of the rest of the opponents for like Buatsi?
All pretty much done now. Got Josh Kelly's opponent is done. Buatsi's we're just finalising, and Callum Smith's is good to go as well. So early next week, Obviously, we've got Taylor against Pierce soon for the undisputed title.
Callum Smith and Hassan and Dam?
That's certainly a possibility. Good fight.
Hasn't he come out and said that?
Yeah, we haven't finalised anything from our side yet, but Hassan and Dam has certainly agreed terms to fight Callum Smith.
Okay. Any more progression with your July 20th card? Excuse
20th.
me.
No, we announced obviously Richard Riakporhe against Chris Billam-Smith.
Yes.
Great fight. That's going to be kicking off the show, the televised part of the show at 6 p.m. Then we've got Allen against Price. That'll be the co-main event, and then Josh White against Rivas. And then we've got 3 more televised fights to slot in there.
Definitely another heavyweight fight?
Yes, definitely another heavyweight. It's going to be a big card. I mean, that's 3 brilliant fights that we've
Chisora
announced.
still on the bill?
Not 100%, but yes, that's the plan.
Okay. Because I heard a rumour about Joseph Parker fighting someone else.
Yeah, I don't think Chisora Parker.
You said
will
that
happen,
already.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Roll on tonight.
Let's do it, baby.